Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to episode 19 of the Choking Hazard podcast with my co-hosts Sugar-Free Nos.
Hello, hello. I'm just a disembodied voice today. Apologies.
Yes, we can't see any of Sugar-Free Nos this week. We'll get into that. And RDT, who you can actually see this week for those who do watch this on YouTube or on Twitter.
We're not muted
Twitch.
this time, right?
Say again?
We're not muted?
No, you're not muted this time.
Okay.
We're back into the regular swing of things, and things work now.
Okay.
Our guest tonight is our first return guest of the podcast, and I think it's a good choice because I'm sure he's going to have some good insights on our topic in particular this week. It is the world famous Gtamen.
See,
Welcome
this is the
back.
introduction I deserve, right? This is the type of stuff that I like to hear. See, I definitely didn't pay him to say it, but I appreciate it.
And of course, his picture is expected. I think we could say that. Yeah,
it's very good.
God damn it, GTA, man.
I thought of you with the bears. I thought of everyone. I even gave.
Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. No one ever thinks of me.
This is one
People
more
only
return,
use my
guys.
emote to insult me. That's all they do. Praise each other
I
and
mean, I
insult.
did put it on the trash can. Let's put it. Okay, that's kind of fair.
So we are without. It's only me and RDT this week with cameras.
Yeah.
We've got no GTA
Unfortunately.
men cam, which we didn't have last time, but he's obviously given us a wonderful picture in place of that. And we have no Nos either. Can you explain to us, Nos? Like, RDT has to justify the fact that he doesn't have the whiteboard, so what's going on?
I'm currently in a completely
Wanda.
empty room with nothing but a table and computers. And I don't want to show off my office until it is done. So give it a couple weeks. I'm aiming for the week of the 11th to have everything shipped and put together and here. But if you don't know anything about me getting a new home, go to my channel, look at my posts, read for yourself. So,
The week
we're
of
in
the
a new
11th.
trailer.
So we're not going to have your camera on the next podcast either.
no.
Can you imagine we still did these weekly?
Wow.
That would be like 4 podcasts
Wow.
without. So
And people would deal with it. Or
call me amateur.
Well,
Look.
these days this is monthly, right?
Look, when this office is done,
It is
listen
not
to me.
monthly.
If we're lucky.
I'm going to have so much better of a working space than you in your closet. You will not be able to comprehend how a trailer
Don't
is
talk
this
about my closet.
What? Do you still need to get out of it?
What's in the closet?
We've started
that
early on this one. We've started early.
What's in the closet?
Yeah, you
Let's-
left the door to that insult pretty open, unlike
Yeah, I did actually. I did, to be fair. I didn't think that one through. Let's move on. Let's move swiftly on to our
Alright,
first
nice.
topic of
segue.
conversation, which is kind of following on from last week's whole topic in general. Last 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Last fortnight's. Sorry. But
Chocolate.
we couldn't
That's what we're
have.
talking about, right?
We're not talking about chocolate.
Okay.
Microtransactions in gaming is what the topic
Mm-hmm.
was mainly. And we didn't really... We mentioned Battlefront 2 at the time, but I don't think we could have ever envisaged the absolute ridiculous downfall that EA and that game would have in the last 2 weeks since we recorded it. They went from people being disappointed about the way that things were handled in the beta to making the heroes ridiculous amounts of hours to unlock, and then the loot boxes being ridiculous, and the responses that they gave to justify those decisions becoming the most downvoted comment on the entirety of Reddit by far.
which is impressive.
Which is very impressive. I mean, it beat it by 100, a lot of times more than the previous most downvoted comment, which was just someone wanting downvotes. So then, at the moment, it seems like we have actual, countries, regulatory bodies getting involved in possibly regulating or at least looking at the whole concept of loot boxes. And I think that's a good thing. I was saying this in the last episode. If anyone hasn't seen it, it was an interesting discussion, I think. But I don't know. What are your guys' takes on it?
Well, first of all, let's mention the fact that one of the countries is Belgium. They're not too bright over there. I would know because I'm the neighbor of them.
I mean, okay, can we not can we not insult entire countries? That would be pretty good. That would be a good start, I think.
Only myself and RDT can do that because we're American. You can't. We're just another filthy European.
Fair point.
Communist.
But like the one thing that is very important to point out is that they want to. There's a certain amount of politicians that are like, hey, you know, this is gambling. I think one of the things that we probably should discuss first is that are loot boxes actually gambling?
Well, we covered that in the last episode, and I think, from my perspective, I called them glorified gambling, because
to be fair,
you know, the definition of gambling doesn't have to be that you don't get anything back. It's just the wagering of money on an unknown outcome, and that is the definition of gambling, and that's what these loot boxes do. They prey on the same things that other, you know, casinos prey on, and all those kind of things. You're disappointed if you get something bad and you want to do another one, and you get that rush if you get something good, which makes you continue to buy. It's all the same stuff. So I call it glorified gambling. And I would like to see, you know, regulatory bodies burst the bubble quite hard of this nonsense. Because I don't mind microtransactions, as we talked about in the last episode, as long as you know what you're buying. If there's 500 skins and you can just go in and pay $2 for one of the skins or something, then fair enough, I can accept that. But not when they're hidden behind these loot boxes.
Yeah, loot boxes are definitely the worst. But how would you regulate something like that, though? Like, are you gonna go from house to house? Hey, you're 14 years old. You're not supposed to buy loot boxes. Like, do you really think these big companies are just gonna simply allow it? They make billions of these loot boxes. They're not just simply gonna go, "Oh, that's cute. That's a Mr. Politician over there. He says we can't do it anymore." There's gonna be lobbying around. They have so much money. They're just gonna go to Brussels with a bunch of money and say, "Hey, you're a politician who doesn't want loot boxes. Here's $1 million. How about now?" That's how politics work. I mean, NASA and RDT from America, they would know.
Yes.
I don't know how much a stake a video game company would try to.
No, the amount of money they're making from loot boxes.
It's strange.
Absolutely.
But
it is crazy how it's come though.
I had a point, but I totally forget what I was going to say.
Well, I'll say something. I mean, this is what happens when you push too far. This is what's going on now is the definition of pushing too far. I mean, we've had loot boxes in gaming for a good while now. A good while. And now they've just pushed it a little too far, okay? You gotta make me gamble for Han Solo? Enough. We're done. You know, now we've got to get up in arms. I mean, everyone's been quite displeased with loot boxes for quite some time. Like I said, now they've just pushed it too far, and everyone is mad as opposed to mildly annoyed. So, yeah, that's what happens.
I want to. There was a Coin Dog made a comment in
I want to counteract that point.
How is loot boxes any different to packs of Pokemon cards and sticker packs when we were kids? You have no idea what you're getting when you buy something like that. Do you want to see those regulated too? But the main difference is that you're getting something of value. You're always getting a rare as well, you know. And it's they have to, through regulations, and this is what they have to do for, I think it's Overwatch in China. They have to give you the odds that you're going to get something in these loot boxes because they've regulated it. But you the odds of what you're going to get are on the back of the pack in these cards, and you get something. You get something tangible of value that you can sell, and you have the ability to buy the individual ones from third-party sellers. You don't have that with games.
I also didn't pay $60 to walk into the store.
That is true as well. You don't pay $60 to walk into the store. Nobody's talking about loot boxes in free games, in mobile games. Nobody's talking about that. It's when they put them in these AAA $60 games that they're continuing to make money off. You know,
it's because mobile gamers are casuals. That's why.
Filthy casuals.
So they don't
the point
care.
I was going to make, now that I think of it again, is, you know, we're supposed to have this ESRB, or I guess you have PEGI over there, rating system that keeps children from playing these mature games. And it's a nice idea to say that you can't put loot boxes in anything under an M or a PEGI 18 rating.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, and it does affect sales. I mean, a mature rating does affect sales.
Yeah, but it's hard to regulate that as well. Obviously, children still play GTA and Call of Duty and all that. But
Well,
you could start with a law that says you can't put them in teen games, loot boxes. Pay for loot boxes with real money, those types of things. You can get them early, get them with the free loot boxes that you can earn. But then, I think that's a small step.
Yeah, well, it's not about physically keeping the children from playing these games. It's about affecting the sales in a way that discourages this practice. And like with all these sports games, like FIFA and NBA and all of these other games that are doing this kind of loot box systems now, if they had an immature rating slapped on the side, that means that, a parent might for some reason be less inclined to buy the game for their child, or, a 12-year-old couldn't walk into a GameStop with his own money and buy the latest, Madden or whatever he wants to play. So, whatever game would be doing these loot box practices. So, it definitely would be a good step in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Madden is a rated E game, but if you add a step of gambling to it, having a chance at getting a legendary player, then that's an element of gambling. It's pay to win. You're paying for a chance to do better than somebody else. So, and
I think that this is completely new territory at the moment because we've not seen this level. It's just, Michael, we talked about it in the last episode. They've just got more and more insidious over the years and just got found more and more ways to make more and more money. And they've come onto this loot box idea, which is just predatory to the highest level. And I don't know how people can defend them in not being predatory and out to make as much money as possible these days. And they've pushed that envelope too much now, and people got sick of it, and they did it with... That's the thing, they always put these loot boxes in games that they know are going to sell. So that whole idea that games don't make enough money is a stupid one, because they only ever put them in the games that are going to sell. So they don't put them in the games that might not make as much, because they're not going to get the profit on that. They're already going to get their profit back from the $60 that the huge amount of people who would buy Star Wars Battlefront 2 are going to buy anyway. And then they put the microtransactions in there to make as much money as possible on that. And because they did it with the Star Wars game, the big game, that it had a passionate fan base, and it got to the point with the pay-to-win stuff as well that people got sick of it. And I think it was a good thing, and hopefully it continues and regulatory bodies start looking into it and the pressure mounts. That I would like to see loot boxes gone completely, to be honest. I would like to see us go back to a system with this. There are microtransactions for cosmetic items, but you can just buy them. You can buy whatever you want. You don't have to roll a dice or pay money to get a chance at getting something, right? You pay money to get something. But we'll see. I just wanted to sort of carry on.
I just want to go back to the style of games where you just buy the game and that's it.
Yeah, that would be best. Yeah.
If I was
those
playing,
are not as profitable as they could be, so we're not
if
going
I was
back.
playing Ocarina of Time and I had a chance to buy the big Goron sword, I'd be like, what's the point of doing anything if I can just buy this sword and beat the game?
Yeah,
stupid.
Well,
you got to do the missions for it.
To hit you with some facts, a few weeks ago, I think right before that Take-Two thing was going on as well, I happened to see a graph of the earnings from digital sales versus actual digital sales as it comes to games and microtransactions and DLCs for Ubisoft. I think they pretty much doubled the amount that they've earned compared to last year. So it's making them serious money. So I honestly don't see, we're going back to just only getting the game. It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
I guess, unfortunately, but I guess it's, in my opinion, loot boxes, yes, when it comes to microtransactions, they're the worst it can be. However, it does keep you on playing if it was balanced well enough. I feel, and I'm sure no one in this conversation can actually back me up on this, but I feel like Call of Duty World War II is doing a pretty okay job with it, because they kind of throw plenty of quote unquote loot boxes your way as you're playing normally. Obviously, a lot of other games are not doing that, like with Star Wars, but we touched on that.
Yeah, you can earn them in COD, and I like the way that COD does it. I'm sure they're going to make it more insidious as the game becomes more popular, possibly, especially during the holiday season when kids start getting the game for Christmas.
Yeah, those Christmas noobs. You got to get in there and
exactly. Yeah.
But the thing is, you always get to
in.
that point where there's a point where it becomes grindy. Like every single game has this artificial grind put in it now to drive the sale of these loot boxes. So you might get a lot at the start, but then you get to a certain level and you stop getting them. You get them less often, and then that drives you to buy them. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like them in general. But I'm very much on that side of things. I'd rather see them gone entirely. But I think we all agree that what Battlefront did just pushed the envelope way too much, and they're paying for it now. And
don't you want to feel rewarded? You know, you grinded for 40 hours to play with a character which is probably not even that good.
The thing is, it's amazing how stupid that comment is, though, because it would have made sense if you couldn't just buy it. It's like, we want people to feel the benefits of putting in all this effort and feel like they've achieved something, or we want them to give us money so they can unlock it quick. Like, come on, it's so stupid. Like, I do miss. Like MV Hammer said in the chat, I miss cheats in games. Cheats are now microtransactions, and the game is taken apart piecemeal to sell you to make more money off it. And maybe we're just getting older and we remember the good old days of gaming. I don't know.
Back in my day, you just put a disc in and played the game, and then you took it back to GameStop, and they gave you $2.50 for your $6 game.
Oh man, so that was just kind of a little bit of a follow-up. We needed to follow up on that topic from the previous episode, because it just exploded after it was pretty much the day that episode went up on YouTube that the whole downvoting on Reddit comment happened. So we've had 2 weeks of all this, so we'll keep up to date on the stories as they go regarding microtransactions and loot boxes and things like that. But talking about sort of gamers getting sick at something, let's delve into GTA Online. And I've noticed
our favorite subject.
Our favorite subject, yes. Well, this isn't necessarily good. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I don't want to say that, actually. The thing that I've been noticing recently with all of these, there's been quite a lot of big games coming out in different spaces. Obviously, Call of Duty is one of them. Battlefront. I know that was poor choice. I've been playing a bit of Gran Turismo, Forza 7, Need for Speed. A lot of games have been releasing recently, and it seems like, at least from my perspective of what's been going on in our own little racing community, that people are just getting sick of it and stopping playing the game and playing other things because, they're just finding them more fun. And I've noticed that a lot on some of the recent comments on YouTube. A lot of people have been saying that they're not playing it anymore, or they tried to come back to the game, but they didn't have the money to come back to the game and they didn't find any fun in it. There was no point. So is GTA Online starting to die? Has it run its course? It's been 4 years, over 4 years. And when we've had moments like this before, I suppose, where GTA has been on a down low and it's come back up again, but I don't know. What's your take on it at the moment? Anybody?
I think you're right. I think it's ran its race. I think it busted up its knee in the last one, and we got to bring it back to the barn and just take out that double barrel, pet its mane, and just put it away. I know there's going to be a resurgence when this supposedly last DLC comes out. There's obviously going to be people that jump on. There's going to be people like Gtamen that make like 50 videos about all the cars and everything. What? I don't do that. Okay. It'll have a little boost.
That's why you're not making any money on YouTube. You're not doing that. That's why.
Yeah, but then people will be like, I'm not interested in this anymore.
What do you feel, Gtamen? I want your opinion. This is, you're the main. Your name is synonymous with GTA. What are you playing?
Well, even this hardcore of the hardcore doesn't really play it that often anymore. Mainly because I feel like transform races were like a step of trying to, do something kind of new and fresh. But I feel like if your GTA really was to give like a new fresh breath of air, I suppose, then yeah, there would be a lot more people appealing to play it. But like Bro said, the game is 4 years old, and it's very difficult to try and have a game like that to still be interesting to a lot of other people. Because what they're doing now is that they release a new vehicle every other week or every week, really, and that's kind of it. The drift feeding is a bit too much to a point where I even feel where it's like, okay, we get it. We've been getting drip fed content since the end of August. It's now the end of November. That's 3 months of drip feeding. It's like,
when you put it in perspective like that, it's just really rough.
Isn't this the longest time it's ever been?
I don't feel like it's been that long.
Yeah, like what I personally like, I still like to play the game. Whenever people like, hey, let's go play some GTA or whatever. With the transform races, I have played them all, and I have to say they're an improvement over the previous ones by a long shot. Obviously, if you're having played some of the more content creator kind of things, then obviously they're nowhere near. But my personal favorite, by the way, is 90 Degrees. It's pretty cool, and it's pretty well balanced as well. But
isn't that a boy band? Hold on, is that a boy band?
Nah,
I don't know. You would know better than me.
That's 98 degrees.
Oh, right. That's right.
90 degrees is straight up.
Okay, got it.
But I feel like, yes, these are things that are a nice addition to the game. But one of the things that is going to bring a lot of new life to the game as well, they're really pushing off, which is, of course, the Transform Racer creator. We've been waiting for it way too long, and literally every time that Rockstar releases something new, and, being the viewer I am, I make a video on, it's like, Rockstar, where's the Transform Racer creator? I want to start, letting other people show what they can do with it. I personally feel that, if that finally comes out, it's at least going to appeal to a lot of, I guess, Brofi's fan base, because they make a lot of races, for example. It's going to make me a lot more interesting playing the game too. But I think overall, when it comes to DLCs, they've kind of been milking this year too much, especially with the drift feeding getting as crazy as it has been. But I'm hoping
is that just because they're not supporting it anymore as much, and the drip feeding is a lot more, and when you put it in perspective, we probably had the smallest amount of DLCs maybe this year, because the drip feeding has made it feel like there's always content, but really, like, I think I saw on Twitter that this had been the most days between two DLC packs, between Smuggler's Run and whatever will come next, if anything does. So, it seems like even Rockstar are putting less emphasis on it development-wise and just milking it for all it's worth. And I feel like that's been a gradual thing that they've been doing for the last few years, but specifically in the last at least 6 months, where it's been copy-paste content and drip feeding a lot, that we're not really seeing any actual content. We're just seeing, cars, planes, really expensive stuff. And something that was put in the chat by Tomlinson, which is exactly the sort of thing that I'm seeing across YouTube, and a lot of comments saying very, very similar stuff. I want to try planes and customize them, but can't be asked at the price. Can't be bothered to spend 4 million on an underpowered whim. So people every now and then come back to the game and want to try out these things, but they can't afford them. So although the prices to a certain extent are probably making Rockstar plenty of money from shark cards, we've been over that before, they're obviously doing this to maximize that shark card revenue from the people who just spend the money to get the new items. But it's quite a short-sighted way to go about it, because they're alienating a lot of people who would come back and play the game if they could just experience the things that they're creating for us. And they're not really creating new experiences. We're not seeing anything like the level of heists. added to the game that's going to keep you playing for hours and hours. We're just seeing new vehicles that you got to, if you're actually dedicated and you want one, you got to grind for it, or you buy it and then you get something and then that's it. You play with it for 10 minutes and then you're done. It seems like it's not doing anything anymore to keep itself afloat with the majority of people. It's just going after the things that are going to sell the shark cards, and that's ultimately pretty short-sighted, and it's meaning that a lot of people are just leaving the game.
Yeah,
dick move by Rockstar to do that.
I mean, if you get a new vehicle, like Bruff said, 10 minutes, you're kind of done with it. What GTA Online needs is actual gameplay things, like a big gameplay update. And hopefully the supposed December update is going to bring that. Because simply releasing vehicles every week is not really, going to do much. Like an adversary mode is a nice addition, but it's not something that, people are going to come back to. Because most of the time they're almost there when it comes to being good. There's always this one thing that is not really that great and could really you do with some tweaking in order to make it great. But I just hope that December update is not going to follow the same path as Gun Running and Smugglers Run, where we gonna pick
How many
up
times
resupplies.
though? How many times have we
100%
said
will
this
be.
thing
It will
on this podcast?
100% be exactly like the others.
I think when Gun Running was released, when all of these DLCs have come out, since we've started doing this podcast, we've done a podcast talking about it, and I've always said I've got this slightest bit of hope that we don't just get new vehicles, but we actually get some gameplay with them. We get some interesting things to do with the vehicles, because that's something that I've always said has been lacking for the last year or so, is that you get these new vehicles, but there's nothing new to do with them. Imagine you had sort of the heist setup missions that were built around these vehicles, just something that was, interesting and new gameplay. But we never ever get it, and I've gone with the point of hoping or expecting anything anymore. It's just going to be more cut and paste.
I'm surprised it took you this long.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, really.
It did take me a while. I know. It's
Well, it's funny you say that, Bruff, because if you think about it, look how many cool vehicles we've got. Let's say, for example, the Ram Buggy or the Phantom Wedge. Make like a really cool adversary mode or whatever out of that. Like, use those vehicles that people have bought and spent many, many millions on, and allow them to use them outside of free roam. Because I personally don't bother with buying any of those vehicles, because whenever I play in free roam, there's either some helmet boy, shooting it down with an RPG,
Helmet boy,
or I get bored after 5 minutes roaming the ground. Like, I want to use it in gameplay. That's that's why I'm thankful for Bruffy here, who tells me whether or not I should buy a vehicle, because I'm not going to use it in free mode. I'm not the cruising around kind of guy. I want to have a goal.
Especially the fact that the prices are so high for all of this stuff, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse, that if you had that game mode that included these vehicles, people wouldn't talk about the prices as much, because you would be able to access these vehicles in game mode. You wouldn't have to buy them in free roam to be able to use them. You could just go into a game mode. Yes, you wouldn't own one, and you wouldn't be able to use it in free mode, but a lot of people might not care about that. They just want to have some good gameplay experiences, so they open up the game mode that has those vehicles in. But that doesn't sell shark cards. And again, it's this idea of short-sightedness on their part, because they're doing the things that are going to sell them the shark cards, but then there's not the players there that... Well, I guess the players who they want to be there, the ones who are going to spend the money on them, are still there. But the people who are going to actually be wanting to play stuff, and they're not there anymore. They're leaving because there's just nothing to do. It's just a shame.
I think another thing that you could kind of summarize the situation with is that GTA Online, for people like us who've been playing it for a very long time, it's lacking a goal. I don't whenever I play a game, let's take World War II for example, the new Call of Duty. Whenever I jump on that, I can go to the nearest objective guy and say, hey, can do this and this daily objective. You get this and this for that. and go on and do that. It challenges you to go to different kind of modes. Sure, GTA Online has daily objectives, but nowadays we've done that already. Like,
all of them
have
have been
challenges, have goals. Like, give us something to go for, even
Yeah.
if it's some kind of silly thing like a camo for your car. It's a goal. It brings people to wanting to come back online. You log off for the day. It's like, oh man, I need 50 more kills with my pistol, and I'll get this and this. Like, tiny things like that makes you wanting to play the game again because there's something to go for. Nowadays, what you do is you have this, like, so let's say the X80 Proto, 2.7 million. Oh man, I really want to have that car. You could either buy a shark card, or you could say, hey, I'm going to grind this and this mission because there's double cash for it, or this pays well. Like, I just feel like that type of play, it doesn't really appeal to me anymore because I've done that. I want to have a goal in a game, or else I'm going to get bored, which is one of the reasons why I'm not playing GTA Online as much. I got 20 million on my bank account. I don't have to go for money. I'm good. I can launch up the game whenever the new DLC is going to come out, or I wait until a good double cash opportunity and then just play it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Why would you play?
Yeah.
The point that you made with World War II, the objectives that you have to complete, like the daily orders, the weekly orders, they give you something that you would actually want. If you do the daily objectives in GTA, you make, what, $25,000? What's that going to get you? A tattoo?
Nowadays, it doesn't really give you as much. Obviously, there's also the weekly and monthly bonuses, but like you said, with Call of Duty, you get supply drops, you get 20 minutes of double XP, like in something like think about it that way. You get, like, 10 minutes of double cash, so you would launch up a race and you get, instead of 50k, you get the 80k or whatever. Like, tiny things like that. It doesn't have to be huge. Like, tiny things, tiny little crumpets that makes people like, oh, that's cool, let me go play that. Like, another good example, and I know you guys are more into racing than anything else, but captures, LTSs, and team deathmatches, stuff like that, it hasn't got any love for the longest time. And I know Nas is already, waiting until he can say, oh, the GTA Online PvP is awful. I don't care. There are people that enjoy it. Like, I'm just trying to say that from a game perspective, tiny things like that would help its perspective. Like, from a player perspective, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
They're just trying to.
Well,
it needs more
Gtamen,
goals.
I just have one question for you. Who would win, okay? 30 rounds of headshots from a 5.56 assault rifle, or one helmet boy? Who would win? That's what I want to know. I believe
the helmet boy is going to win.
Dana.
One helmet boy will always win.
The balance in PvP needs some work too, but that's a discussion for another time.
Some work. We need to go back to Red Dead Redemption. That's where That's where the PvP was good. Okay.
What Tomlinson said, like, with the prices, it should be a few bucks here and a few bucks there, not hundreds per DLC, which is a very good point. That they've increased the prices and it's not worth it anymore. There's the shark card. The amount of money that you get from shark cards hasn't increased, so you're finding that vehicles are just insanely expensive. And yes, they've increased the way that the amount of money that you can make since the game has been released, but they've only increased it in very specific ways, and it's all the same copy paste free roam. You have to be in a public session. Obviously they want to do that so that people will be inclined to. The only reason that they have the whole thing where it has to be in a public session and then you're shown, people everyone could see on the map where you are when you're delivering it to make money, is because they want other people to go and ruin that for you so that you don't earn any money. Like, that's the whole thing, because then you think, oh, screw it, I'll just buy a shark card instead. Like, it's all, when you look into it from a perspective of how they're going to make money off it, you see it in all these little ways, and they haven't increased the payouts for races or captures or death matches. They haven't added any new gameplay experiences beyond heists. It's just the same old that is causing people to just think, well, like you say, I've done it all before. Why would I want to do it again? What's the point? Why am I bothering? And then people that haven't played for maybe a year or 2 years, they think, oh, I'll put GTA in again. We'll get on, or a few friends jump in together and decide to do something, and then they see all these amazing vehicles that they want to try out, and they can't. They're not allowed to.
And they get murdered by a Hydra.
And then they get murdered by a Hydra. Yeah.
They're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Unless you have a hunter, because that's actually able to take a hit of a cannon from a Hydra. So.
Okay.
Really?
Good to know.
GTA Man's done the testing.
I did actually, yeah. It's it takes 7 RPGs and 7 explosive rounds from your Mark II sniper rifle to take it down. It's quite powerful.
There you go. Heard it here first.
Well, there you go. That's what everybody else is going to be having, and that'll be the new troll vehicle. You can get 4 people in that, right? Or is it just 2? Or is it only 1?
2.
Just 2. Okay.
As a co-pilot.
It's talking loco, and I like it. Anyway,
but yeah, it's like it's when you compare it to Rockstar games of past. I mean, if you imagine San Andreas, when you just had this entire world with all these vehicles, even GTA 4, say, and where it's online component there, everything was just open that you could just go and try out and use. But now everything, just like the gaming industry as a whole, it's all gated off behind paywalls that you have to put in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to earn enough money to get one thing that you want. And by that point, you've got bored. Why not just go and play Call of Duty for 6 hours and enjoy playing the game, playing 6 hours worth of matches and things that you want to play? Or I'll go and do 6 hours of racing on Gran Turismo and have some fun races. Why would I want to just, grind money for one vehicle? And that's causing people to think, well, yeah, why am I playing this game still 4 years later? Why not? Why I should just go and play something else. And with all these new games come out now, you're seeing that a lot. People are just, well, screw it. What's the point? And we're seeing it. I just finished it. We're actually seeing it on. I think it's Foxy Snaps on Twitter. It's like an automated bot that tells you where GTA is in the leaderboard of sales or activity or something like that. And it's always been in the top 5, and it's just gradually gone down and down and down as people are just thinking, well, screw it. RDT, sorry.
Yeah, and what you were saying about you can just go and play another game, I think that is ultimately what has, and I'm going to say has, killed GTA Online, is that the group of people that you usually play with, at least 2 or 3 of them are going to be like, I'm going to play this new game because I'm tired of not having anything when all you guys have all this stuff, and I don't want to play with you because you have all this better stuff than I do. And then you lose your core group of friends that want to play the game, and so you just move on.
Yeah.
And then you have no friends anymore. Just like in real life.
I can talk about that, RTT. You want to talk about it after?
An interesting question that has been put in the chat by Sammy, which I'll put to you guys to answer. If shark cards weren't a thing, would you still complain about the inflation of prices of cars with the amount of money you can actually make from businesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, there has to. It's just a balance issue, really.
Yeah, the reason that I would is because the like I just said, it's only businesses that you can make money in. Like you can't. The amount of money that you make from doing other things and the things that you might want to do, like racing for us, for example, hasn't increased at the same rate. So you're being forced into a way to earn money. And if shark cards weren't a thing, it wouldn't be designed in such a way that it's so difficult to make money that way by having to be in public sessions and things like that. And I honestly just play GTA, and I have done for a while, because of the streams. I enjoy playing this on GTA, having people in the streams and just having some fun races and doing some fun things. I don't pump any money into it anymore. I used to when prices were reasonable and I wanted to test things and do all that kind of stuff. But now I don't, so Rockstar don't get any money out of me, so why would they do anything to please me or anybody else who isn't going to be putting any money into the game? And that's the way that it goes now. And that's gaming in general. So because of that idea, the game dies. And you have these diehard people who either make tons of money because they don't have any other games to play and they just grind and grind and grind and then say, it's not difficult to make money in the game. When everybody else who only gets to play 1 or 2 hours a day or 3 or 4 hours a week, it's like, well, I'd just rather play something else, thanks.
Yeah, no one has. That's the problem. You start on you complain, but or share your opinion. I say tomato, you say this game's dead. Um, you go in on that, and there's always that one guy that's like, making money in this game isn't very hard. No one has ever said that making money in this game is hard. It is not hard. It's easy. It's brain dead.
Time consuming, yeah.
It's time consuming and boring.
Yeah.
That is our problem.
Yeah, it's not hard for you, Mr. Skepticism and Pessimism, because you're playing the game the whole time. Other people want to play the game, not play the game to earn items in order to play the game more effectively. It's like,
yeah,
I just want a game to be a game, man. I want to go back to the roots. Come on.
Yeah. Why? When did gaming become a grind? When did it stop being a game and just being able to go in and have some fun? And that's what GTA has always been. You know, it is how it is now.
I think it's just gaming in general, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Gone are the days. when you
Indie
would just sit
games
on
are the
couch
way
with a
forward.
buddy.
I know.
Indie games? Yeah, indie games definitely are. And the internet is a great place to find a bunch of indie games. We've talked about this before, to support the games and the creators that put the love into their games and care about the community that they make the game for.
Yeah.
Because it's become this business. Video games used to be, people put passion into their projects. And I'm not saying that Rockstar didn't put passion. Like you said in your vlog, the people that made the world put incredible attention to detail into it.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job making a game. But the suits came in and said, all right, let's make some money out of this. Let's milk this baby.
Yeah, that's actually the worst part of it, isn't it, though? Like, literally, the Take-Two executive CEO, Scrooge McFuckface, is like, hey, I don't play games. I just want to make money so I can drive away my Bugatti tomorrow. Yeah. Like, the people that don't play games control what is going to go in the game and how they're being run and made money with. Like, that... It just...
Yeah, and as Oleg says just in the chat, like, I personally grinded GTA so much that I'm so tired of it that I don't even want to play the game. And that's exactly how it is. Like, even you get to a point where, because of the way that the game has been, that's not the fault of the player for grinding and wanting the money to and playing that way to get the money to earn things. It's the fault of the designers of the game who have decided to make it such a grind that you do all this grind and then you get sick of it. You get sick and you don't even want to play to enjoy the things that you grinded for, because you're just sick of playing the game and grinding for money. That you think, again, other games. There's other games out there. There's so many other games that why would you continue to play GTA these days? Unless you're part of a wider community and you're doing something else. What are we all playing? I'm playing Gran Turismo Sport. What's everybody else playing?
I just got Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. And
Ooh, I bet that's good.
Fortnite I've been playing a lot of with a couple of friends, so yes.
Yeah, I want to try and get on a bit of Fortnite at some point.
You should come play on Xbox, because
I don't know about
We'd
that.
have a great time. It'd be a great stream. Come on, man.
What about you
Jenna
guys?
wanted me to ask you, so.
Personally, I recently finished replaying L.A. Noire, and I've been playing the odd Call of Duty World War II match here and there.
How about you, Nos?
Yeah, World War II as well.
Yeah, you play all sorts, right?
Yeah, I've been playing assorted wheel games mostly, but I've recently, so it's kind of embarrassing. I've been playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
What?
Are
you okay, Nos? Do you want to talk about it?
No, you haven't heard
what's going on here? Nos is playing Call of Duty. Call the papers.
And I'm also going to start playing Minecraft.
What happened?
Guys, I think we're done here. Nos has finally lost it. He moved out of his trailer. Now he's becoming a city boy. He's playing all the popular games.
And then, of course, we've been playing 5M too. I play 5M quite a bit. I was telling you before the stream, we've got the new Transform races over on 5M, which have been a blast. We've got these big classes.
That's something amazing, though. The 5M, a community-created mod of GTA Online, has transform races before GTA Online does. It's like... you're doing something wrong, Rockstar.
Don't get me started.
But anyway, we've got these big classes on the server. The pony class and the tuners class and whatnot. And the game mode that I really like the most is basically every lap you get another car from this extremely balanced class. So you're always on pace, but every lap you're in a different car that is completely different around that track. And
you guys should do like
so much fun.
You should do like a gun game where you start out like a bad car.
That was suggested. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah,
well, you start off with like a mediocre car, and then it kind of goes up, doesn't it, to supers, and then it goes all the way down to where you're doing it in like
it's like the most difficult.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty. These are the sort of... The thing is, I haven't put any of the 5M stuff on YouTube yet. I am going to get it edited eventually. I'm trying to catch up on everything, but and I need to get back on 5M to see how it's evolved. But the things that we're seeing on 5M are the kind of gameplay experiences that we wanted from GTA Online, and because we haven't got any of that, it's why GTA Online is starting to see people leave it. And for me personally, I would say that 5M is more the future of GTA than GTA Online is the official version.
Yes, it really is.
Oh yeah.
If Rockstar, hopefully whatever this next DLC is, and this is so, I'll just give my thoughts even though no one probably understands, but hopefully they added in a ton of vehicles to where they fix the mod kit problem of the game. And if they do that, then 5M we're golden. We can add as many cars as we want and do whatever we want. So,
I just want to say to anybody who may have been listening to this on the audio version, we do have a few people who listen on iTunes or whatever.
We haven't shouted them out in a while.
We haven't shouted. Nos hasn't given him the shout out for being, the people listening on the way to work and stuff.
If you are listening to this show from your car on the way to work, you're stuck in traffic, you're having a bad morning. You're just, you've got half a cup of coffee in you, and you're just ready to die because it's Wednesday somehow. Shout out to you. You're the ones who keep me alive. Yes.
But for anybody who has been listening and is quite interested in this topic in general and wants more opinions going on, I think it would be worthwhile checking it out on YouTube, the video version of this, because the chat, which is on that side, has been really good actually during this topic. All their thoughts have been quite interesting, and the back and forth between people. I've found it interesting just skimming it as we've been talking as well. And it is a shame, and I think in general GTA is clearly on its way out, and I can't see what they can do to bring it back. The transform creator, yes, but really that's not going to benefit.
They can't, man. It's dead.
Let's just leave GTA Online for what it is, and can we focus on the fact we haven't heard about anything about Red Dead Redemption 2 for a little while, and I really want to know.
True.
So I want to know how much war bonds are going to cost.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
I just want to know more about the game. Like, that's kind of one thing that's frustrating me as well. The focus seems to be about GTA Online. We hear pretty much nothing about Red Dead Redemption 2.
I still think Red Dead Redemption 2 has been delayed because I've said this a few times, but Rockstar made the most money they've ever done in a single month or something with the gun running DLC introduction, and I still think Red Dead Redemption was put back because of that. And it's possible that the GTA, the next GTA that we online DLC that we get could be the last one, and then they'll start focusing on to Red Dead Redemption 2, and that extra year that they've had of development that the game was finished has now gone to how they can fit microtransactions into it. So it will be interesting to see. I'm sure we're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 when they give us more details and all the microtransactions that go on. And if they go too far with that, I'm ready to get on that horse, so to speak, again.
Ha! You made a pun and it's funny.
I hate you.
But I'm yeah. It's such a shame.
Go play Red Dead Redemption before you even talk about this game. Okay.
Yeah, I do need to.
That's your homework. Go.
You never
But-
played
Play
it?
it on Xbox
I've never
One.
played it. No.
Oh,
You
we're
just
done
watched
here.
GTA Man's
Goodbye.
walkthrough. his playthrough.
He's
of,
gone.
Red Dead Redemption.
How could you not have played it?
I know. I'm bad. I will.
Because he likes laser, pew pew pew.
I do.
instead of-
I like spacey stuff, not old timey stuff.
And cars.
Oh, I mean, I know a great space game. It's called Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh god.
I would be snot. I am a potential consumer of Star Wars Battlefront games. I actually bought the first one, and I had it in my hands,
Trash.
still shrink wrapped, and because of all the nonsense that was going on with the season passes and DLCs and all this kind of stuff, and I was reading the reviews that there was just nowhere near enough content for the amount of money. On principle alone, because I enjoyed playing a little bit of the beta, I sent it back and I got my money back on principle, and I didn't play it. And I probably would have been interested in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but there's obviously no way I'm going to touch it at all with the way that, the controversy that's gone on. I don't buy games that are filled with loot boxes or microtransactions or things like that anymore.
Except for GTA.
GTA didn't start like that though. But I've been enjoying. I mean, Gran Turismo Sport has zero microtransactions in it at all. The content isn't quite there with tracks, at least, but that is going to be coming for free without any microtransactions propping it up. So and I've been playing all the indie games that we've played on streams and stuff, and that's been keeping me fine. You don't need these big AAA games to keep you going. But yeah, that's a perfect example that Star Wars, by their stupid decisions, EA have lost a potential customer. I wonder how many people are the same with that. But yeah, they have disabled microtransactions on Star Wars Battlefront 2, but
for now
they're going to bring them back, and it's so intrinsically linked, the whole loot box system with progression, that there's not a lot they can do. And I just think they'll wait until Christmas is over, it's all blown over, and they'll just turn them back on again. Minimal changes, because that's what they always do.
I'd say that's a pretty good take on what's going to happen.
Yeah, I
just
agree.
wait for the Christmas noobs, and it's like, oh look, loot boxes. Let's go buy them. Mommy, where's the...
What's the last 4 digits on your credit card?
What do you ask, son? Nothing. I'm trying to buy Daddy a present.
Oh man, yeah.
And Daddy's present was divorced. End of story.
Whoa. Too real. Damn.
And GTA, that's definitely on the way out, it seems. To wrap up on that topic of conversation.
I think this topic should be on the way out as well.
Yeah.
No,
As
I'm done
the
with talking
game is.
about this.
All right, so we should follow up on a little bit of something that we talked about it was episode 2, wasn't it? Twitch stuff.
Yes, it was
Okay.
episode 2.
Episode
One of our
2.
better episodes. Nobody watched it, but
It was a good episode 2, but it was barely watched. But we were talking about Twitch and Twitch as a platform and the partner program, and we've had various little updates as time's gone on about this whole idea of affiliates and then partners and then premium contracts for partners. And we did the recent push to 500 subscribers here on Twitch, and obviously you guys were so supportive, and we got to over 700 subscribers, and I did get onto that premium contract on Twitch. So
Plus for Buffy.
Good. Yeah, he doesn't deserve it. Whatever. Good job, man.
Yay, Buffy.
what, and your pixelated bully streams do? Get out of here.
Yes, they do. Okay. And they do. They were so good. I had so much
They
support.
were very good. Yes, they were.
It was the largest Twitch crowd ever. Okay, there were at least 2 million people in my audience.
Right, moving on.
So to follow up on that, we were talking about the various different cuts that you would get from Twitch, and we have different levels as well of $5 subscriptions, $10 subscriptions, and $25 subscriptions. For regular partners, it was a 50-50 split between Twitch and the partner. So you pay $5 for a subscription to subscribe to someone. They get $2.50. Twitch takes the other $2.50. For $10 subscriptions, it was a 60-40 split. And for $25 subscriptions, it was a 70-30 split.
And
With
it
this,
it noted the affiliates have a 50 split across the board.
Yeah, 50. So affiliates, even a $25 subscription for affiliates is still 50-50. So partners get a bit of a better deal in that respect. And then this premium partner contract, which I managed to get on from hitting 500 subscribers was the goal. And we did that. And that is, as it was expected, 70-30 across the board. And that's implemented now and confirmed. I can confirm it after all this time, all the way back to episode 2 when we were thinking about what it was, if that was it. It is 70-30 across the board. So those are the 3 levels. You know, I mean, 70-30 is, that's basically, even if I went, which I have done, I've gone back down to about 400 subscribers, say, which is what I had before we started this push. That's a $400 per month pay rise just from a different contract.
Yeah.
Extra $1 per subscriber. Awesome. That's a big amount. Profi is rich.
What you can do with with the $400.
What am I going to do with it? I don't know. I haven't had any of the payments yet. It hasn't gone through that quickly.
With some gift subs.
So do partners still have to deal with like the 90 days after the month that it accrues, whatever?
It's 45 days, I think. It's the 15th of the next month. A month after, so it's like
that's completely reasonable. Wow!
Wait, the 15th of November is September's payment. The 15th of December is October's payment. So it's a month and a half before you get the stuff.
That is completely reasonable in every way.
What is it for? I thought it was the same for affiliates.
No,
60 days, and we need to hit a $100 threshold.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you my situation. So, like Gtamen said, it is 60 days after the month that you accrue a total of $100. Okay. And right now I'm trying to get a bunch of money for the trailer, right? And so I did some math. The last transaction payment I got from Twitch was for the month of July. It hit my PayPal 60 days after the end of July. So I was like, okay, well, the next payment will be for the month of August. Let's go to my revenue page and see how much I earned for the month of August. Are there any guesses as to how much I earned in the month of August?
$99.99.
No, not close. $99.17.
Oh my god.
That's how much I earned.
Oh wow.
So
you're having to wait 2 months.
Yes, so it had to tick over into September. So
oh my god, for the sake of a few cents.
So the payment, so I'll be getting like 200 and something here next week. So I mean, you still eventually get the money, but it was just, oh boy, like
that's
it had $99.17.
Good job.
Damn.
Can you not donate $1 to yourself? By the time it was done,
you wouldn't have known at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known. So I mean, I could have gotten. Yeah. But can we talk about the other big news for affiliates and Twitch in general, which are Twitch achievements?
Wait a second.
Oh, the achievements?
I just want to... PBC May said Bruffy is rich now, and then somebody else, Bayman, just after, had taxes. Like, yes, taxes are a thing, and they are very much a thing.
So the trick is you don't pay taxes.
But that's not And if you think I'm rich, you should see my YouTube revenue. YouTube, Twitch might have started to go up a little bit after this premium contract, but it was certainly a good timing for it to happen with the way that YouTube has dipped because of the issues that we're having over there. So
dipped, it's flatlined.
Everything's balancing. It's all stayed about.
YouTube is over, party.
You thought GTA Online was dead? Try YouTube. Demonetization.
But we've got Frozen videos.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to know. But we've got I'm obviously a partner, and we've got all our affiliates. GTM, and you're an affiliate as well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's difficult to not be an affiliate these days on Twitch. And MB Hammer, our producer, he finally got his affiliate-ness as well.
Yeah, finally.
They made me an affiliate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
made RDT an affiliate. So
That shows you how easy it is to get on that affiliate train. Come on.
So, you know, it's
Anyway.
something that we're probably going to continue to talk about, Twitch as a platform, but we'll try and work it into podcasts like this, where
the
it's
end
not
of the show where
yeah, it's not the full topic of conversation like it was in episode 2 and nobody watched. But yeah, we need to get a guest on who's like a standard partner now, and then we'll have all three levels. But
Yeah.
do you guys
Hold on,
have,
let me be a partner real quick.
do you guys this will be interesting to see how long it takes NOS to get partnership, I think, because, and we said this in episode 2, because you have numbers now, subscriber number wise, that I would say that if you had that before affiliates came in, they would have given you partnership.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of frustrating to me. Like, I have 26 or 27 subs now, and I don't know the precise numbers when it comes to emotes, but I believe if I were a partner, those subs would have access to 4 emotes.
Yes, it's well. Here, before we move on, can I just can we talk about like the Twitch achievements now?
Go on.
Before we
Oh, I
get
love
into
that.
it? So, beforehand, we talked about this in episode 2 and previously. The requirements for partner have always been a case-to-case, completely vague situation. You didn't know what exactly you needed. You didn't know when exactly you should send in an application or anything like that. Well, recently, at the beginning of the month, Twitch unveiled their achievement system. And now if you have a Twitch channel, you can go to your dashboard and you can go to achievements and you can take a look at all of the steps that you need to not only become an affiliate, but to be on the path to partner. And, obviously it tells you how to use Twitch for the beginning achievements and then your path to affiliate, stream 8 hours in the last 30 days, stream 7 unique days in the last 30 days, and reach a 3 average viewers in the last 30 days, and reach 50 followers, which is very easy. Pretty much anyone can become an affiliate if you've got a couple friends who watch you, really.
Yeah.
And then the path of partner is, in my opinion, pretty reasonable, I've got to say.
Definitely.
But the path of partner is now clearly outlined, and we all know what we need to work towards now. So, and I will read these achievements to you. You need to stream for 25 hours in the last 30 days. You need to stream for 12 unique days in the last 30 days. And you need to reach 75 average viewers in the last 30 days. So
I think those are pretty
Swear to God,
reasonable.
Say reasonable.
I
Maybe
agree.
for
They
you.
are reasonable.
But
Nobody
no, the
watches.
thing is though, previously, I would say you needed at least 100 viewers
Yes.
on average to
That
be
was the
able
assumption,
to
yeah.
be even thinking that you were going to get partnership. So for them to put it down to 75 but then again, that doesn't mean that with the affiliate achievements, when you get all those achievements, you will get an affiliate invitation.
Yeah.
But with the partner one, you just get the ability to have your application looked at quicker.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yes.
properly. So it's still partnership is on a case by case basis. Reaching those goals doesn't mean that you're going to immediately become a partner. It's involved in chat activity, all sorts of different things. And I remember when I was trying to get partnership years and years ago, I had 100, 200, 300 viewers almost every stream because I was pushing for it. I was putting videos up on YouTube, and they still didn't partner me. So, it is all on a case-by-case basis. But then back then I had no followers on Twitch. I still only had I think when I was partnered, I only had 3,000 followers on Twitch because everybody was sort of coming from YouTube. But it's still a case-by-case thing. But it's good that they've made it more transparent in this respect, that you have some goals to aim for a partnership. It just depends on how strict they're going to be on those goals, and whether it is going to go more to, okay, you've fulfilled this more often than not, there you go, and open partnership up a bit more than what it used to be, or they're going to keep these hidden things that the partnership's all about behind that it's always been about, and those achievements are more just a guideline It's something that we haven't discovered yet. And I guess, Nos, you're probably going to be the first one to test the waters on that.
I hope
yeah.
so. Once we get the new
100%.
office together, I'm really going to try my very best to push towards this goal.
You think you will be RDT?
No,
Yeah,
I
following.
will not ever be partnered because nobody watches my streams. So.
Okay.
But and I would like to. Gtamen was talking earlier about the emotes, right? And he is. What'd you say? You were 30, right? 30 subs or about 20?
I'm kind of balancing like somewhere between the 24 to 30 kind of thing. I have yet to hit 30 subs, but
yeah, you're basically right behind me. I feel like both of our Twitch channels are at a very similar place in terms of viewership.
What are you
and
averaging?
Subs. I'm currently on 39 subs and 40 excuse me, 42 sub points myself. So I have about 40 subs, and I think the lowest I've dropped since affiliate was probably like 25. I don't think I've dropped below 25 yet. So it's around a 30 average for me. And I was talking about this on stream earlier, or like a couple days ago, and really the jump from affiliate to partner doesn't really affect the content creator at all. I mean, you get no other than like every benefit that becoming a partner rather than becoming an affiliate, aside from the higher percentages for the higher tier subs, affects the viewer.
yeah,
right?
that's why I want to be partner.
Yeah, the partners get quality options all the time, without exception, which is very important for some viewers, especially if you stream at 6,000 kilobits per second. Some people just can't watch your stream.
RDT doesn't stream at 6,000 kilobits a second.
No, he streams at 6 kilobits per second.
I barely hit 600.
Which pixel is what?
But with the emotes, I have 40 people sub to me, and I can only offer them one emote. They only get one emote for their money, which is not cool. And then sometimes we don't have quality options, so some people can't watch my stream, which is terrible. Everything from affiliate to partner, it doesn't affect me. And that somehow makes it worse in a way, in my opinion, in that, like, I'm offering an inferior product to what I could just because I'm right below the viewership numbers that I would need. Like on Monday and Tuesday, usually, I get around 60 viewers or so. 40 to 60 is usually my average, and that's right below that 75 viewer threshold. So, the fact that a difference of a difference of 10 or so viewers is, affecting the quality of my stream and the benefits that people get for supporting the stream in such a way, that kind of sucks, to be honest. And it makes me feel bad. So,
but have you tried applying for partner yet then? Because if you had 40 subs, then, I mean, I don't know how much they would take that into account, because you could maybe average at 75 viewers, but if you have no one subscribing to you, it's not going to be interesting for Twitch.
Yeah, I've applied a couple months ago when I was also at similar sub numbers. I was at like 35, 30, 40 a few months ago, and I did apply, and that was not enough. So I don't know how much subs are taken into account as well. So I guess we shall see.
Well, I mean, I know one thing, that the achievements thing, whenever I did see that, like 75 viewer average, I was like, okay, let's do this. But another part of me was like, how the hell am I going to reach 75 viewers average in 30 days? Like, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm the type of streamer that's just stream whatever I feel like streaming. Like,
yeah,
I guess.
And that is another thing. That's another thing. It discourages you. Like, if you have a rigid schedule, right? And on my rigid schedule, I get, like I said, 40 to 60 viewers on Monday and Tuesday. And on Thursday, it really depends on what I play. It very much discourages the off-schedule impromptu streams that I like to do, like Late Night US or at another time, because that will bring my overall average viewership down because people are not already there to watch it. Because on these off-schedule late night streams, I'll get, 30 viewers or so, and that will bring my average down and make me less eligible to complete these goals to be partner. So it discourages me from streaming in a way, which is something that I don't like.
All right, here's the rub of the green. I'm gonna lay some.
All right, teach me, bro. How am I gonna reach 75?
It's gonna be a teachable moment.
All right, let me hear it.
Anybody who looks at the achievements and tries to reach those achievements will never be partnered.
That is
how
true.
it works. It's how it works.
Fair
You got to
point.
do what you got to do. You got to
Says
stream
the
what you got to
guy-
stream.
Says the
Right,
guy.
like
Well,
the-
I looked at the requirements for that higher partnership tier, and then I worked towards it, and I got it. Like,
I'll start showing some
I mean,
We've been so close to 500 subs for a long time. All we needed was a YouTube push. But it's the same with YouTube. Like, you know, you do what you do. You put the videos out that you want to put that you put out. You do the streams that you want to do, and you naturally grow to be able to get to that point. And
look,
if
I
you
have a
don't,
completely different strategy.
if you don't get to that point in the time frame that you think that you should be at that point, then so what? You're doing the things that you need to do and you want to do in the first place. So you just put it off a little bit longer and keep doing what you're doing because you're happy with it. If you're doing
But-
things to get to a certain point, then you're not doing it right. That's the way I've
That's
always
a
done
really
it.
good point, though.
I
Now.
see where you're coming from, but as I just discussed, the jump from affiliate to partner does not affect me. I'm perfectly happy right now. I could be an affiliate with 200 subs or 2 subs or whatever. I'm happy with the streams that I'm doing now. What I'm not happy with is what I can offer the people that support the channel.
Yeah.
And to get to that, like, that is who it affects. It does not affect me. I am happy and I'm content and I love the streams that I do and I love the community and I love the people that sub to me. But it doesn't affect me. This does not affect me. This affects the viewer. And that is my problem. And
So
that's
what would you
why I
prefer? Would you have preferred to have been not an affiliate and just not a partner either, just nothing?
Well, no, obviously I would not prefer that. But
So
I'm-
you assume that you weren't going to be a partner anyway, then what you would prefer to not be an affiliate either and have the benefits that you're still getting more benefits for the people who support you than what you otherwise would have been able to get.
No, I'm not saying that the affiliate, like, I think you're kind of you're missing the point a bit. It's kind of like the whole, like, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? I mean, yes, we are much better off, and I can offer people much more than I could have as not an affiliate, but there's still a gap there to where, again, I have more subs, and Gtamen has more subs than some lower tier partners do. Or some partners that maybe don't stream as often or whatever, and I can't offer them what they can possibly those low tier partners.
Yeah,
can
but
offer them.
what is the
And that's
solution?
just
Is it
frustrating.
to not have affiliate at all and just have partnership more open? Is that what you would prefer?
The
Like,
solution?
What is the
Um,
solution to the problem that you're seeing? Because I understand what you're saying, but how do you fix it?
Possibly, if I were on the Twitch team and I was to fix it, possibly have how partners unlock emotes, have that be at the same rate up until a cap, like say 5 emotes or something like that, or maybe at if the affiliates do well as an affiliate in terms of subs, then they can unlock some of these viewer-based benefits that partners do, like like instead of having tiered sub badges, they just get 1 sub badge, right? Like you just get 1. You don't get the tiered ones, you just get 1, and that would be unlocked with, say, you get 30 subs, and you get that unlocked for your viewership. Or
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because I think that at the minute, anyone who subscribes to an affiliate pays exactly the same amount and gets less.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could say the
only
same though.
motivation-
Somebody who subscribes to someone who has a smaller number of viewers gets less than somebody who subscribes to someone who has a lot of viewers, because they have more emotes, they have more features in general. If you're looking at it just on emotes, Summit say has 25 emotes or whatever it is, and these big, I don't know how many there are, whatever the maximum is, and then someone who's just been partnered has 2, 3, 4. So there's always that there on Twitch.
So you questioned what NOS would do in the situation. I think possibly what you would be looking at as a possible solution is you, Adam, are a higher tier partner. Why aren't there different? Well, it's probably because the program's so new, but you could have a tiered affiliate program as well, quite easily, I would imagine. Because the affiliate, the bucket of affiliates that you've got is so large.
That's a good point.
Yes.
You know,
That is exactly what's needed. A tiered affiliate program. Our producer comes in again and saves the day.
There you go.
It's right, because affiliate, that's the problem at the minute. The affiliate, you can get it by streaming the minimal amount.
Yeah.
But
the affiliate is meant for the people who stream as a hobby, right? There's just, I pop on a stream every time a couple buddies watch me, I have fun. But the problem is with myself and Gtamen as well, we're in this sort of middle no man's land between doing streaming as a hobby that we just stream wherever, whenever, whatever, and someone like yourself, Bruff, that does it professionally.
as Sarge says,
Don't
don't laugh.
Super professional.
As Sarge has just said, 110,000 affiliates. There are probably more affiliates than there are people just streaming not as an affiliate. So it's like that is a huge range of people, from the very people who are almost partnership, looking to try and pursue this as a more significant thing, all the way down to the people who are just doing it, like you say, as a hobby. Affiliate encompasses all of those people and everything in between. It's too much. It's too big. It needs more. Yeah, you're right. More tiers, or the ability to unlock more things as an affiliate. The more subscribers that you have,
Yeah, but
or you get to a certain level of affiliate and you get priority for quality options and things like that, probably.
Yeah, and I think it's completely reasonable to have it cap out at a certain point. Like I said, you only get one sub badge. You don't get tiered sub badges, and you only get a maximum of, say, 5 emotes, or plus the 2 for higher tiers. It caps out at that because I think Coin said that it lessens the importance of partnership, and I really think that no matter, even when just affiliate happened, there were some partners crying about how it devalues their channel and what they've worked for, and they worked so hard, and these people didn't have to work at all. There's always going to be someone like that, and you cannot appeal or appease those people. You have to not think about them and do what's best for the people on the platform.
Yeah, I've always thought that opening up partnership in some way to, like YouTube does, you can just get on, upload a video and make money off it to a certain extent. I've always thought that it would be a good way to do it on Twitch for the good of the platform and the people on it. It's the same old thing that people are going to get bent out of shape that RDT can jump on and start making money off his streams when there's other partners who've decided to be working for so long to get it. But for the good of, I think it's better for the platform that that's available.
Why are you coming at me, man? Why are you coming at me?
But you know what? Affiliates, it's a young program. They only rolled it out this year. There's room for it to grow. They've added achievements. That's a nice little thing to have. Nice little targets to have. Let's hope they expand the program, flesh it out a little bit more. I think it's definitely got room to grow.
Yeah, I agree.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's finish with that topic, as everybody's probably left at this point.
Yeah, everyone's gone. No.
Everyone's gone. Nobody stuck around.
Not that about the money wars again.
Yeah. Someone will twist this in some way to where me and Gtamen that we just want more money. That's
No, honestly, I just want more emotes for my subs. Really, that's all I want.
I agree. I agree, because it pains me that you have to pay me $10 to use Sugar F Hat. Okay, it pains me.
No, it doesn't, Nos.
No, it doesn't. You sell out. You did it on purpose.
No, if I really wanted to sell out, I would have done Hat as the $25 emote. Okay, I'm not a sellout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have a $25 emote, because if you give me $25 for sub, you're a fool.
I need to sort out my new emote. Actually, I've got 3 slots, and Mr. Mega Mario earlier asked in the chat how many emotes I started out with. I started out with 2, but I actually started out with 4 because I had enough subscribers for the next batch, so I had 4 to create straight away. Which were the first emotes were the Bruffy facepalm, the scum emote, the orange, and what was the other original one? ADT, you must know, you were there.
Bruh, GG maybe. I don't know.
No.
Been around a while.
And by the way, just to go back to that topic, yes, we would have 5 emote
Correct.
slots.
Choke.
Gtamen, by the way.
Raceface was in the
With
original.
35 sub points, we would have
Raceface is
5
old one,
emotes
yeah.
if we were
You
partners.
would have 5
No.
emotes if you were partners.
What
It
the-
was race face.
Twitch, please.
Bitch, please.
Those were the original 4. Anyway. Oh, there you go. People have done it. I got in first. I got in there first. Alright, so regular segments.
Oh, hell yeah.
If anybody wants to ask us any questions about the topics that we've been talking about tonight, microtransactions in gaming, GTA Online dying, Twitch stuff, or just
Or not
anything
on
at all.
topic, really.
And not
And
on
if you want to
topic,
know
yeah.
how to sub to me or Nas, we can discuss that as well.
Ideally, ask a question that involves all of us, not just me, because IDT gets mad.
No, come in here and ask
No,
me
you
a
can ask a
question,
question
that's
for-
specifically for me, or specifically
ask.
for RDT. That's what you
Just
need
don't
to
call it. Just don't say I have a question for everybody, and by everybody I mean just Bruffy.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that you
that triggered you, to be fair.
I got a question for everybody. Oh wait, no, it's just for Bruffy. Totally forgot. All right.
And also, yeah, get in Discord. The correct channel in there is the phone bank. MB Hammer will be there to take your calls, and you'll be put in here, and you can ask your question. But whilst all that is happening, let's. What should we do first? Should we do the Apple Juice Minute?
Is my audio roboting again? I thought somebody said that.
I think it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. You want to do Apple Juice Minute first, and then Twitch what choke of the week?
All right, let's do Choke of the Week first. Let's
Okay.
do
All right.
that. All right.
I don't believe I've even watched the chokes for today.
I did while my computer was updating.
Yeah, I did too. If anybody wants to submit their chokes for Choke of the Week, you're welcome to. The link to do that is in the description of the video, or the audio version. It's in the show notes, because we have show notes now, or in the chat.
Show notes.
Yeah, that's what they're called on these professional audio places.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go to. There we are. So, Big M Little Choke is our first one. This is
From my
on
boy Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's my boy.
Your boy
He's on my
from.
streams all the time.
All right.
Would have been more funny if it said Big D Little Choke.
So he's coming around here. He's not doing too badly. He's in first. Looks like he's got a
He's
decent
doing-
little lead. Not many people in the race though. Oh, that's not gone well. He's still alright though.
He's still in the
Clipped
lead.
the
Yeah.
barrier.
It's,
Oh,
as long as
no,
no.
that didn't. Right at the end. Right at the end.
That's what we call a lapse of judgment
That's
there.
rough.
That's
That is
rough.
rough.
Yeah, that is rough. Can I submit EA's Battlefront response as a choke of the week? That should be maybe.
I think you need
All
full
right.
volume for. Do you have volume on these? Because the next one definitely. Needs
Next
full
one, need full volume on the next one. Okay.
No, wrong god, wrong god!
I should be quiet.
Okay, so that was some Fortnite issues
volume. Yeah.
from Coin Dog's missus.
Oh, goodness.
Carly Dog
And-
mistaking a grenade for a shotgun. So.
Yeah, I don't get
Yeah,
Fortnite, so. And then the final one from 5M. Let's go with this.
Volume for this one too, I would
Yeah,
say.
I've maxed it.
Shane driving very well.
This is legal. Nas is submitting his own clips.
That was my plan all along.
This was submitted by
I like how you said
Compliment him so he would choke.
compliment him so he would choke. Of course.
It's
course.
a dastardly plan, and it worked out
Didn't
well.
knock on wood.
I did
So he's
not.
done
I did
really
not
well.
submit this choke. I did
It
not.
was from your
submit my own
stream,
choke.
but it wasn't submitted by you.
And it wasn't really my choke. It was the guy in front of me.
Yeah. Shane driving
know
very
who to-
well in first place and then immediately chokes it. So that was from 5M. For those who haven't seen anything about 5M.
All right, everybody go vote.
Everybody go vote. Which one's it going to be?
I mean, everybody. Okay, we're not even gonna look at you until you vote.
yeah,
I'm not gonna,
that's true.
I'm not gonna even. I don't know what I'm trying to say, man. My life is going down the drain. I hate so
What's
much
up,
for the best.
RDT? Come on, let it all out on the Choking Hazard podcast. That was,
We already did that. That was the life. That was the life episode. We
oh
did that
yeah,
a
I do
couple
remember
episodes
that
ago.
one. Nobody
RDT.
watched that either. We spilled our guts out and just talked
Yeah.
about all our deepest, darkest things, and nobody watched that one either.
No, which
Yeah.
is good. Which is good. I'm
What's
glad
wrong,
no one-
RDT? Come on.
Nothing's wrong. I just
I
couldn't
have
think
the
of a
perfect
word.
solution to your problems. If you
What's
want to
that?
truly feel sorry for yourself, drink a lot of whiskey. It helps.
Okay, all right, confidence booster. I like it.
No, you just pass out, and next day you're like, okay, this is better.
We need an I voted sticker emote, and then people actually did it. I love it. Twitch votes.
How's the poll going?
Yeah, come
The
on, everybody
poll,
in the
gentlemen.
chat. This is the time to get your votes in. Which one is the winner? Choke 1, 2, or 3?
The poll is incredibly close
It
this
is?
week.
Okay.
All right, you got to get your votes
Between
in.
all
Maybe
three candidates.
between all
Between
three.
all
Okay,
three?
maybe our votes will make a difference when we give our
We've got-
thoughts. I haven't
We've got
thought.
one
clearly.
at, we've got one at 37%, one at 31%, and one at 32%, with 59 votes cast.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think what my favorite one was. I think I have my favorite at the moment.
I think I have to look at one of them again just to see.
No, yeah,
But I definitely do have a favorite just right off the bat.
I am
All right.
biased, so
You're biased.
I'm very biased.
Okay.
Oh,
I think I have mine. How are we doing on the increase in numbers of the poll? With 59 votes, we've got 200 people watching right now. Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, that 160 people, 140 people. Quick maths.
2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1.
2 plus 2
Sarsh has requested them be played again.
Play them again. All right. Okay. This
Never
is
been hot.
this is not what we do in.
She
Choking
said,
Hazard
take
streams.
off my jacket. No.
This is unprecedented, though. It's never been
Unprecedented.
this
We don't
close
play
before.
things again. What's this all about?
And the ting goes boom, boom.
Alright, number one. We'll skip to where the chalk actually is.
Give me one.
We don't play them again. You get one chance. That's how it normally works. But since it is so close, I think it's fair enough. He was so close as well.
3 plus 3
alright,
is
next
4.
one.
Minus 1, that's 10. Quick math. That's
No,
quick
wrong
math.
gun, wrong
Turn
gun!
What where are we at with
And the final one.
this? Am I still muted? Was I never muted? Can you guys not hear
What are
me?
you even
I can
talking?
hear you.
Okay.
Hard to
Actually,
keep
should have
really
stayed
shame.
quiet and be like, is this mic on?
The Hakamai is a beautiful car, by the way. Can we just talk about
plan
this?
all along. To compliment him so he would choke.
What?
And yeah, GTA 4 car in GTA 5.
Yeah, with pop-up headlights.
Yeah.
Unprecedented.
A lot of unprecedented stuff happened this stream.
What is
All
going
right,
on? What happened?
Guys,
Alright, what's going on?
I think it's time to. I mean, it's staying rock steady at
Call
59.
it. Yeah, let's call it.
It's Rocksteady at 59.
Yeah, rock steady at 59.
You 140 people who are watching
What are you
this
talking
and not
about?
voting.
I have 77 votes on my end.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, I take it back. You 120
It's
people.
not refreshing for me.
It's
my
very close, though. It's very close.
Yeah. Okay. It's refreshing now. Sorry, usually Struggle works correctly.
So
Stage
close,
doesn't do
too.
by
Wow.
itself.
All right, so we'll give our thoughts then, because I don't want to be influenced by the way the voting is going. Nos has clearly already looked at it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a gander.
Let's Nos, what's your favourite?
Well, I'm mine, of course, the one that happened on my stream. I
Of
like
course,
that,
of course, it was going to be
I
number
told you I
3.
was biased. So yeah, my favorite is number 3. Of course it is.
How about you, Gtamen?
I'm gonna go with the Fortnite one.
The Fortnite one? Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
because it's recognizable for me. Because that happens
Okay.
to me all the time. It's like, oh shit.
Throw grenades at the enemy at close range.
RDT?
I also agree. I'm going with the Fortnite one because
Okay.
she had the team on her shoulders, and she just let them down
All
by
right,
throwing
okay.
a grenade. Ugh.
Well, my vote was for the first one because I can relate to that one so much. That was a proper choke at the very end of the race, and still
Yeah.
thought he was going to save it, and then just got pipped right at the post. So, one vote for each, and then an extra vote for Fortnite, I suppose. Come
Cool.
on, then.
Okay, so third place was choke number 1. Your favorite buff.
The proper
Well,
choke.
that
It was the proper choke.
Makes sense.
Yeah. To be fair, it was my vote too.
Always the proper choke.
She had the drop on that guy, and she used a grenade. Like,
In second place was Fortnite with 32% of the vote, and in first place
it's just Shan hooligans.
was all going so well.
It was all
choke
going
number
so
3.
well.
Choke number 3 got the win. How close was it? What were the close?
Submitted by Insomniac, so thank
And
you
that
for
one,
that.
and it
Because it was
wasn't
us.
my choke, so
Insomniac.
it was my
Well done,
stream.
Insomniac, for submitting
it's-
that. And well done.
Wait, did
Who
he?
was it?
Was
Shane?
that? I don't know
It
if that
was
was Insomniac driving or not.
It
No,
was
Insomniac
that
submitted
it though.
Yeah, Insomniac submitted it. Someone else was driving, and I was streaming. So
Yeah, you don't get credit for this, Nos.
I don't get any credit. No.
No.
So Carly wins by default.
Carly is second for life. How close was it, Hammer?
So 37 votes was the winner, 29 votes in second place, and 24 votes in third
Okay.
place.
So it wasn't.
Great.
Yeah.
Super close.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
well, Nos,
I
do you
rigged it.
you know the name of the guy? So do you want to do the honors of telling him how terrible he is?
Congratulations, Shane. You're awful. You're just terrible.
Played yourself.
You choke under the pressure of someone saying you're doing well, even though you can't hear them. That's
Awful,
high level choking. Good job.
awful. Get
Yeah.
wrecked.
I went on to win that race, by the way.
Oh god. Okay, so now let's do some RDT's apple juice minute. I think it's that time.
All right, we can do it. I'm just gonna put this in there real quick. It's for everybody to see. All right, it's that time. Look at the chat if you can. Did it go through? There's Wonder Sniff, my girl. She's putting it in. I guess it didn't
apple
go through.
juice minute. Is that a beer can with apples on it?
Yes, it is.
Is that your emote for being
That's my
affiliate?
emote.
That's
Yeah. That's my one. Emote.
that's a brilliant emote.
Anyway, all right, now let's get into it. I don't know, you guys probably don't know this. It's not very obvious right off the jump. But I'm a black guy. Okay? I know you can't tell just from looking at me. I mean, maybe you can. Black cars. You know, if I pick a pair of shoes, they're probably gonna be black. I like black. I'm a black guy. You know, I like black. And after last episode's just egregious attack on American chocolate and the chocolate industry as a whole in the United States, I felt like I needed to cleanse my palate. No pun. Don't you dare make a joke about that. Not like you need to cleanse your palate from American chocolate because it's so bad. Shut up. Okay?
It's clearly
I
what
decided
it
to
is.
pick up something that we can all agree on that can really just take your mind away from those just brutal insults to my culture and Nas's culture and what we hold near and dear to our hearts. So I picked up a 6-pack of Brooklyn Brewery's black chocolate stout. Chocolate. Now, this is a wonderful beer. It has it hits you right in the tongue with that's all the taste bud that you want. All the taste buds get lit up with some coffee, a little bit of chocolate flavor, some dark fruits. You know, it's good. And stouts and porters, they're my favorite. And at a mind-numbing 10%. It's just what you need to get you through the holidays. So pick up a black chocolate stout. Chocolate. Something down.
They're selling what?
The Boston accent. How do we not have an alcoholic beverage sponsoring this podcast yet? How is that not a thing?
Well, if we did, it'd ruin the whole segment. He couldn't review anything else.
Yeah,
but
I suppose that's true.
Beverage.
I suppose that's true.
So this is an impartial show. We can't be biased by big alcohol.
Big alcohol. Spam those emotes. Spam those emotes.
Good stuff. Good stuff, IDT. I'm loving the emote.
Thank you. Yeah,
it is a good.
Go subscribe to RDT33 if you want to get involved in the Apple Juice Minute. Yeah.
If you want an Apple Juice Minute beer can emote that is worth $5 of your good dollars, then go subscribe to RDT. I
wouldn't use $5 of your good dollars. I'd use $5 of find some under the couch or
that's fair.
Give it to him in change or something. I would use
pennies.
$5 good dollars on this guy. Yeah.
I think Shelby will subscribe.
Good stuff. Okay, so do we have any callers? That is the question.
You called it an emote, RDT? Watch this. That's an emote, bitch.
Oh.
But what context do you use that in, though?
Yeah,
explain.
What the hell is that?
It doesn't matter. Okay, it's Unicorn Man. People love it.
I'm going to steal emotes.
See, RDT's emote can be used when people start to drink, and my emote can be used whenever they get so drunk that they need to pray to Jesus that they'll make it out. So
I'm doing it for you.
Gtamen's emote is the person who you meet in the gay club that you all decide to go to because you're so drunk you think it'll be a good idea.
Exactly.
Then you pray.
You're done drinking, you're praying.
If you're the type of man
to pray to something and someone, you can just say, "Hey, look, that's a sexy homosexual. Take him home." There you go.
Jesus.
I've got 3 emote slots and I don't know what to do with them, so I'm just going to steal Noss's and RDT's and GTA Men's
just
emotes.
Put my hat emote and just use it. Just take it
from me. Do we have any callers?
Yes, for goodness sake, they're waiting.
Okay. Sorry.
Hi, bro.
Okay, so our first caller is Jay.
Hello, caller. You're on the Joking Answer podcast. Who's your question for, and what is your question? And he's, what are you doing?
Goodness sake. He did that himself.
AJ, what is your question?
Long time listener, first time caller.
That's the first thing he said on the podcast where he was a guest. So we've had 2 recurring guests in one.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, Gtamen. My question is this: can you guys think of a game that you think has implemented microtransactions correctly? And if you can't think of a game that hasn't implemented microtransactions correctly, how would you go about doing so, or how do you think the correct way to do so would be?
Jeez.
Oh, I'm going to be controversial real quick.
Go on then.
Okay.
GTA Online.
Nah.
No, I'm being dead serious, because, okay, hear me out here.
Let's discuss.
Based on what Bruffy says he wants from it, then yeah, I would agree, because you know exactly what you're buying.
Yeah, so you purchase, for example, an 8 million shark card. You can spend it on a piece of clothing, you can spend it on a new car, you can spend it on anything you want, compared to loot boxes where you might get Dark Vader.
Yeah, we've had Overwatch a few times mentioned as the correct way to do microtransactions. No, Overwatch is the correct way to do loot boxes. I disagree that loot boxes are the correct way to do microtransactions. Don't give me that Overwatch is the right way to do it. That is bad. Overwatch is bad. Anything that has loot boxes in and is a game of chance is bad. So don't give me that nonsense. Overwatch is just the least bad of the loot boxes. But I take your point, Gtamen. What?
Can you trade in Overwatch?
Can you
trade items
with other people? I don't believe so.
Yeah,
no. When you get duplicates, I think it gives you some kind of currency that you can use to do something else.
When you get duplicates, and it'll always be worth less than what you actually spent on it to do it that way as well. Like, don't give me that. I don't like. I like the way that
Rocket League does loot boxes because you can trade just a bunch of crates for something that might be in a crate.
I do as well.
It's not terrible.
And everything is completely cosmetic as well.
Yeah.
So.
I would argue that Overwatch is correct for the same reason Gtamen says shark cards are correct. You know exactly what you're getting. A gambling addiction. And I can see what Gtamen's saying, to be honest, because speaking of the implementation of shark cards and how they were, if you take it how they were when the game was first released, I was totally fine with it, and I think I still would be now. Agree. The price, one shark card got you a lot when you think of the prices of things. If the prices of the items that we've been given in DLCs stayed the same as what the prices were for the items that we had originally, so 100 to 200k for a sports car, 1 million maximum for a supercar, 1.5, 2 million maximum for the very best planes or special vehicles, then I would say that's fine. It's only the way that they've got insidious with the pricing, but I think the way that the implementation of it at the start is good, and it makes sense, but it gives that ability to get more insidious with the pricing. So it's not a perfect system because of the fact that it can get worse. Ideally, the best microtransaction system should be something that stays the same all the way. You say paying the same prices, you know what you're getting. So I agree to a point with what Gtamen said, but not 100%. Anyway.
So quick follow-up. Would your answers changed if you stratified into free-to-play games versus $60 games?
Okay, well, we got a lot of questions down there, because you two have to decide a game first, Nos and RDT, that you think did it right, and then I have to decide a game that did it right. Oh yeah, Rocket League, sorry.
I agree. Okay. I like Rocket League.
If it has a way to sell your items or like get money back for it, I like
or
that.
Or trade them and give them
in-game. Yeah, if there's an economy, if there is an economy to the game, 10% alcohol is hitting pretty hard, not gonna lie.
For you, pussy.
Yeah, well, I haven't eaten all day. If there's an economy to the game, then I think that it's a better way to go about microtransactions. But if it's just money for a virtual product with no possibility of getting anything back for it, if you get something shitty, then I don't really agree with that.
But doesn't CS:GO allow you to buy like skins and stuff? It's still anything that's loot boxes is still rarity based and still.
I don't like the fact that in the situation of CS:GO, you can get real money back for your items that you get.
Yeah, it's
that goes way that goes way too far towards real proper gambling than anything. But if you could trade it with another player for more in-game stuff, like for crates or for whatever, I find that to be acceptable. Okay. And it's it's all cosmetic, and nothing in crates in Rocket League mattered. Nothing.
Yeah,
does not matter in the slightest.
Yeah, I think at the very least, like loot boxes, if they're going to be in, they have to be all cosmetic, and they have to, like you say, in Rocket League, I guess they don't matter, so you don't have that incentive to gamble. You don't develop that gambling addiction for
Rocket
it.
League has the other side of the coin too. There are battle cars in the game that you can just straight up buy.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say that the good thing that I like about Rocket League is that part of it, that you can buy the cars just straight up microtransaction wise.
Some of them you can't.
Yeah.
Some of them are imports from crates. Some of the body,
right?
But they're
See,
version
anything
two
with a
of
loot box in,
cards.
even if it's only cosmetic, and people say, okay, as long as it's cosmetic, it's okay. I remember the times when it was before even loot boxes existed in the first place. So I don't like loot boxes at all. I hate them. I hate the whole concept of them, and I think they're terrible. And I would never want them to be in a game ever again. But they're here to stay, obviously, because they make so much money. But the game that I think
about them.
the game that I think did it well, if you're going to have microtransactions in a game, is going all the way back to probably one of the earlier games to put microtransactions in, which was Gears of War 3. They released DLC packs and things, and new content like the old style of DLC. But they also had weapon skins for multiplayer, where you could buy a specific weapon skin that you wanted. It was like $1 or something, or you could buy a pack that had various different ones in, and that was it. That would be my ideal microtransaction system. You have 100 weapon skins, say, you go through the pages, you decide which one you want, you buy it. If you want to buy 10 of them, you can get a pack at a cheaper price, or you just buy the 10 that you want. That's, to me, how they should be. If you're going to have microtransactions in the game, obviously this is all cosmetic stuff, nothing pay to win, obviously. Nothing in single-player games. But if you're going to have them, it should be, this is what I'm buying, this is how much I'm buying it for. Price doesn't change, it's always the same. That's it. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be based on chance or luck or anything like that. So I have to go all the way back to Gears of War 3 for me to find a game that did it well. And okay. Speaking of freemium games, that was a follow-up question. Would it change based if it was a free-to-play game? I think free-to-play games get more of a pass because they're free. And obviously they have to make money somehow. I still don't like the idea of loot boxes, even in free-to-play games, because I just don't like the concept in general. But I think it's more accepted that microtransactions are part of the game experience with free-to-play games. But as long as it's only cosmetic, then I'm fine, I think.
Yeah. And any $60 game should not have any form of microtransactions.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's true.
That's remarkable. Like Rocket League, when I got it, I think it was always full price $20.
Yes, it was always $20.
That's
apart from when it was released on PlayStation.
PS4.
Yeah, I got it for free on PSN.
Yeah, so that was free for you. So I think the way that Psyonix did it is pretty good.
Yeah, I've respected Rocket League's creators for the way that they've handled things, and although they've got loot boxes in, which I don't like, if they are as meaningless as it is said, then
they do not matter. Yeah. They do not matter.
But I would still rather have them not there. Basically, I would always prefer a game without them. But if you're gonna have them in, they have to be they have to be completely meaningless.
Score 100 goals and get this car.
Yeah. Maybe going to shock you a little bit, guys, but I'm addicted to loot boxes in Rocket League. I am. This is a loot boxes anonymous statement. Ooh. I am addicted to loot boxes in Rocket League.
Then I completely take back everything that I just said. I don't like the loot boxes in Rocket League.
It's a horrible confession for me. I mean, I'm just coming down from it, to be perfectly honest. I'm beginning to lose my addiction with it, but there was a point in time where I was putting in lots and lots of money trying to get these specific items that I wanted to make my car look exactly how I wanted it.
That's the problem.
Every single new crate that they brought out had at least one item in it that I really, really wanted. And because it's just a random chance of you getting that one item, you just keep going back for more and more and more. And because I've got a bit of cash to spend. I'm not rich by any means, but I can go in there.
You have disposable income, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're an adult with
MB stands for millions and billions. All right,
but
that's what MB stands for.
It's with Rocket League specifically. It's been a long time since they've had a new crate come out, and I think they're possibly holding back just due to this stuff that's coming up with Battlefront, I would say.
Yeah. Exactly, and this is a perfect example of when people say it's not really gambling, and it's only cosmetic. It doesn't matter. All this, it absolutely is. If you think it isn't, then you're naive, because that's a first-hand experience that someone, and I'm sorry that you got addicted to this nonsense. Like,
Here,
but think of what you could have bought new
Rocket
games for it. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
About Rocket League, he could have, if you have the time, you can get items and you can trade items with other players to get the specific item that you wanted from that crate. So if you have 20 crates of the with the item that you want, you could go to a player that might have that and say, here's 20 more chances to get that.
Absolutely. And I have seen myself for one specific item. Each key cost you, I think, for a crate, because that's the way it works. You buy it's $2.50 for a key. And the most I've ever spent on a specific item is 37 keys for one specific item that I really wanted.
37 crates.
So when comes the point where we all go, hi, MB Hammer?
He already did.
It's all right. I'm okay now. It's all right. But yeah, it is
the amount of people that this probably affects. Like, we didn't know that you were affected by this. Like, how many people else don't, or maybe even don't realize that it's a problem, and they just think it's part of the game.
Fine.
Do you know?
Confession time for me as well. Then.
Oh, here we go.
There was
every time I come on here.
There was this one certain stream where I was streaming Black Ops 3, and as a joke, I bought well, long story short, I spent like 130 on loot boxes in one evening.
Jesus.
There you go.
For one weapon I wanted, and I didn't get it. After that, I was like, okay, this is the biggest bullshit of all time. I've learned my lesson.
But they got the money out of you.
But they got the money. That's it. That's why they're so successful.
Do you know what worries me most about Rocket League as well? Guess who their new production partner is? They're producing copies of the game with this production partner.
Who?
Warner Brothers Entertainment.
Oh god, they're one of the worst.
which really worried me. So I was like, well, that's alarm bells ringing.
Yeah. All it's so but this is why regulation's needed. It really is. It's not
I have
right.
A confession too, by the way. I have a confession.
Oh, okay.
Nos is an alcoholic.
No, I'm too poor. That's my confession. I haven't money to buy loot boxes.
Here comes the point where he wants us to donate so he can buy loot boxes.
No, 100% of the money will not go to loot boxes.
Well, I've never spent any money on a loot box, but I think it's more on principle because I hate the very existence, and I've steered away. Like with Battlefront, for example, I've steered away from games that have the bin. Forza 7, I'm not going to touch because of the whole system, and I just hate it so much of what it's turned into. And you can see how it is so predatory and insidious of the way that it gets people, and that's not what I want to support. But, I could see if I happened to get into a game and then happened to put in loot boxes and it was something that I really cared about, sure, I could see myself putting money into it. I mean, it's very easy to do that. And I think it's horrible. I hate loot boxes. Even cosmetic loot boxes, nothing flies with me with loot boxes at all.
All right. I think we need to move on to the next question.
Thank you, A to the J, for the topic.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Oh, yeah.
AJ, where's my damn episodes?
Happy holidays. AJ is perpetrating a war on Christmas. Okay.
He's a jive turkey.
Okay, our next caller is...
Gtamen, you get it.
Our next caller is QuickNet Tech.
Gtamen.
Yes?
Get the call.
Say hello to the call.
Oh, it's me.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, this is Fernando Martinez, and you are on the Choking Hazard podcast. What is your question, and who's it for?
I've actually got two relatively short questions for everyone.
No response to that?
That was a brilliant answer.
Just unfazed. He's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Enough with this bullshit.
Oh, no, I was actually laughing quite a bit while you still.
Well, sorry.
That's fine. So the first one is, do you feel that Twitch will try to keep people in affiliate status, seeing as that is more financially beneficial for Twitch?
Yeah, well, he makes a very good point, because it's a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
But not really, because it's only 50. It's only more financially beneficial for the higher tier subs,
and no one really uses the higher tiers.
Yeah, I don't think it's as financially beneficial as really what it is, and
I'm sure that the server cost of more emotes is so negligible that it does. I mean,
they always say about transcoding, ability and the amount of bandwidth they have to transcode streams and stuff is why people don't get partnered sometimes, or they've only got a certain amount of allocation. But that kind of excuse has gone out the window a lot recently. You don't hear it as much since Amazon took over and have been pumping money into it. So I think they'll just, I don't know whether they're holding people back for their own gains or just to make it more exclusive. I don't know. I think they need, I don't know. It's a young system. We'll have to wait and see how long it takes for them to, make some partners from affiliates.
Yeah.
What
was your second question?
Yeah.
Okay, let RDT speak.
I feel like their idea behind giving a better split to like the premium partners is that they're already bringing in enough people paying to use their service to subscribe to these people that they're not losing any money. Unlike in Bruff's situation where he kind of met the milestone and then was like, haha, suckers, I'm going to go back down to my regular 400 something subs. The idea was that he was supposed to have these like 700 and stay there so that they could keep the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So, but for the affiliate thing, like the other guys were saying, because this is an all-male dominated patriarchal stream and we're here to run the government.
We should probably get a woman on here at some point.
Yeah, let's get Xerxes as a guest one time. Is that for an affiliate just on the verge of being a partner, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference. So why not just give the affiliate that boost to partner so that they could attract more people by making their streams better like Knots wants to do.
Yeah.
So.
True, it is mutually beneficial in that regard. The second one was, do you feel that the death of GT Online has been good for you? I know personally it's been good for me. I've branched out into a lot of other games I wouldn't have played otherwise.
No, no, it's not. I don't think it's been good for me at all. I mean, me is the success of the stream, right? And if GT Online is dying, that's the main game that both myself and Bruff play. And if that game dies, our viewership could suffer. So no, the death of GTA Online is not going to be a good thing. I mean, maybe for my personal soul and sense of well-being, it's a good thing, but not for overall, in my opinion.
Well, I meant most for the well-being, but yeah, I can see the business.
Yeah,
well, my well-being is my stream's well-being, and that's how deeply
only cares
connected.
about the cash.
Yes.
Not good for Nos at all. He was playing Minecraft the other night. That's what it's turned into.
He lost his ways. He's done.
What do you think? What were you going to say, RDT?
I think it is a good thing. Simply because people are waking up and realizing the shady business practice that is kind of involved with they're looking more into how Rockstar and Take-Two run their business and the video game industry as a whole. However you get to see the truth behind how these businesses are trying to make their money with these undercutting shady tactics is in a way good. Will we all suffer for a short while? I think so. But it did allow me to branch off into other games, indie games, free-to-play games like Fortnite and Cuphead. Not free-to-play, but so good. I love it. But it allowed me to look beyond what GTA was, and it was just kind of a second job. Just something that I wasn't enjoying anymore. And hopefully its death sends a wave towards Take-Two and Rockstar to take a look in the mirror and say, like, what do we stand for? What are we trying to do? We used to be on the cutting edge of open world sandbox games. We used to be different than everybody else. We were making headlines and just worldwide phenomenon. And now you're just following the rest and following this business model of microtransactions, just chasing the dollar instead of being this revolutionary company that we were. And so I know it's a long shot, but I hope that they can realize that and go back to their roots and be that revolutionary, almost counterculture type business that they were, instead of just another generic pencil pushing, calculator punching, suit wearing scumbag. Start the revolution, anarchy, let's go. They're putting chemicals in the water to the freaking frogs eat. Oh, okay.
It's one of the best things RDT's ever said on this entire podcast.
I'm starting to feel like a bit warm and fuzzy inside, you know, getting the whole like patriotic music going on.
Oh yeah, that was epic.
I have no hope for the future, and everything is going to be terrible. I just
blacked out for like half an hour.
That 10%'s gone straight to his head.
It's starting to make sense finally.
I'm kind of, I guess, in the middle but in a way I'm not, because I'm quite happy to see GTA die off a little bit. I'm still playing it, and I'm still going to be playing it for what we make of it on a stream. But that's been the case for a long time. It's always been the things that we do in GTA, not GTA itself, that have driven the streams and made the streams fun. So from a streaming perspective, you know, it is what it is. But it has made me sort of think, you know, maybe I do want to branch out to other games as well. It's made me realise that, let's give Gran Turismo Sport a try. And I've really enjoyed it. And I've only played it twice so far on 2 streams. But from a stream perspective, the numbers have been pretty good. The video perspective, they've been pretty good, comparatively so to most GTA stuff. And it makes me realise that, you know, you can play other games and enjoy other games. And I've been enjoying my time playing Gran Turismo a lot more than what I've been enjoying my time playing GTA for the last few years. Because it's just a better gaming experience. And I want to experience more of that. Like, I want to try a bit of Fortnite as well. And I want to try these different things because GTA stopped being what makes GTA good. So I think it's a good thing.
Personally, for me, it hasn't really changed because I always like played other games. I kind of forced myself to play other stuff alongside of GTA. But from a quote-unquote content creator perspective, GTA dying out has definitely, you know, it's definitely noticeable with the quote-unquote numbers. But I just look at it this way: as long as I'm having fun with it and people are watching, I'm not going to keep doing it. I mean, it's still a hobby for me, luckily. I mean, when gun running came out, you know, in that period, you know, everything was skyrocketing. But, it is what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes it's more about the numbers.
Well, in your case, it is. But in my case, luckily, it's still a hobby. You know, I still have a full-time job, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Obviously, you keep an eye on it if you're still doing the right thing. But as long as people are enjoying the content, then... and I'm having fun with it, which is obviously the most important thing. Because I still love playing and making GTA videos.
Yeah, for a long time I've enjoyed making videos and doing streams with GTA more so than actually playing GTA.
Yeah, because like you have this whole sense of, you know... To me, streams, I don't know how it is for you, bro, because obviously you're a lot bigger than I am. But I just like the whole sense of, you know, you're basically hanging out with a bunch of friends who are just in the chat. That's kind of how streaming
that's what streaming is all about.
Yeah.
The people make the streams.
Yeah.
The community makes the streams. The
streamer
doesn't really make the stream.
And the best part is if you have like a community, like I luckily have, I can just pretty much stream anything and have like 20 to 30 people tuning in and we're just hanging out, having some fun. Like that to me is like, okay, sure, that 75 average is a long time away. But if I can stream whatever I want to whatever kind of people, and I don't just have to play GTA to get those viewer numbers, that's what kind of matters to me, to be honest. Like, sure, if we were to be streaming GTA consistently, I'd be getting a lot more viewers, but is it going to make anyone happy?
When you look at it that way, I mean, there really is no motivation for you to, you just play what you want, and you really enjoy it, and people enjoy it, and that, and that's it. But we talked about the other point of view earlier, so I won't go back into that.
Yeah.
I guess as a small follow-up to that, when's the last time each of you has actually fired up GTA Vanilla, not 5M, not with single-player mods, on your own, just to have fun outside of a stream or anything like that?
Does MCC practice be included in that?
If you're not streaming, and you're having fun, I guess.
Well, I don't know whether I'm having fun. Yeah, it's a long time.
I can't think of the last time.
when there was like a glitch where I started to cut you off again, Gtamen. I know that's 2 people in a row, but I'm going to keep talking anyway. When there was a glitch where like if you took a cab ride and you were able to buy cars for less than they were for the price of cab fare, that was a good time. And then I bought a vigilante and flew all over the place pretending I was Batman.
Oh yeah, I missed out on that glitch. I would have totally jumped on that.
Yeah, that was a good time.
If everybody starts asking follow-up questions every week, we're going to be here for hours.
That's fine.
True.
Well,
good questions, though, from A to the J and QuickNet. We've had some good discussion in these questions.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, Gtamen, did you want to say something on that, by the way?
What was the question again? Correct.
So no, he didn't. So let's move on.
Just played for fun.
Oh yeah. Well, for me, it's quite interesting because like whenever a new thing on GTA comes out, I want to check it out anyway. And I happen to be making a video on it. So I guess I just fire it up for myself, but then end up making a video anyway. Especially when it comes to game mode, so it's quite difficult for me to say. But outside of that, really, I don't think I really do. Mainly because whenever, I want to play the game, it's to check out the new stuff that's out. But whenever that happens, I stream or make a video on it. So
yeah, it's difficult to separate the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you for the question.
Good one.
I've just noticed, RDT, is that a gorilla sat next to you?
What the hell? How? What?
Has that been there all the time? And I've only just...
Nah, I put that there like 10 minutes ago when you.
Oh, you did.
Some boring shit, and I didn't want to.
Okay, I didn't.
All right, let's get our final caller in here. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. I got dinner to eat. Let's go.
Okay. Our last caller is Mr. Mega Mario 64.
Hello, Mario. Welcome to the Choking Hazard podcast once again for another week. Who's your question for, and what is your question?
This question is actually for everybody this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry about that last time. But anyway, I'm surprised you didn't talk about this during the whole Twitch segment, and that is the fact that gift subs came out. Just generally talking about it, what would be your opinions on it? Whatever comes to your mind.
Who's going to complain about more money?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. It's great. I mean,
it's an awesome concept.
There are people out there already that will make multiple novelty accounts just to sub to a guy, and now there's motivation to not do that, but give someone else that's a valued member of the community who can't sub for whatever reason, give them a sub, which is great. Like, for instance, Soriano came into my stream the other day and gifted, 4 or 5 people a sub. One of them was Mr. B-Tree, who's been around for a very long time in my stream, shows up every single time, and I felt that he deserved a sub, but he just for whatever reason he couldn't get that together for himself, and Soriano was gracious enough to give him that sub. Insomniac as well, he's done so much work on the 5M server, he deserves so much more, but giving him a sub like Soriano did was very cool, and I'm very happy for Twitch to have this new capability of gifting subs. It's great.
It's been a long time coming. I think it's people have wanted this for so long, and I agree. I think it was Friday when Hoopo came into. Was it Friday? No, it wasn't Friday. It was Sunday, I think. Whenever it was, Hoopo came into the stream, and we hadn't had a gift subscription at all in my stream, and then he did one. And then someone else did one, and then he did another one, and then someone else did one, and it just became, there was like for about half an hour just sub-gifting all over the place, and it was insane to see such a lovely response to it. People just being so happy over the moon that they'd gotten a subscription when otherwise they wouldn't have been able to, and it just gave such a great feeling to the stream.
It's not just a one-way appreciation of thank you for your money.
No.
It's now a 3-way appreciation triangle.
And it kind of makes the rest of the chat happy. Yeah, it is.
It's a true community, because that's what ultimately we as streamers, we try to we try to build up. Hey, I have a schedule. You sons of bitches.
For what Pixel's gonna show when?
Yes. You'll see half a frame of Fortnite at 5 p.m. on Monday. So
shoot it next Monday. You might see the other half.
But like that's what you do. If you're doing this for the right reasons, you shouldn't just if you go into streaming like I'm trying to be rich and famous, I'm trying to be the next Summit, I'm trying to make all this money, Dr. Disrespect money, bro.
I want a GTR.
Like that's a nice response to the work that you put in, but you do it because you're fun. You want to entertain people. You want to play games and interact. So
that's exactly right.
That's really the essence of Twitch. The whole gift subbing thing, that's the essence of what Twitch is about in the beginning, from the start. Just connections.
And anybody who goes into it thinking, oh, I want to be rich and famous and all this, are the people who never get it. Because that's not the whole idea.
Yeah.
But Nos is here.
But
hey, look, I just want money to the extent to support my hobby and make the stream better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm not doing this as a way to sell out or try to promote myself. This is an anecdote. But the other day, I streamed for like 6 hours just cause, and I had maybe 6 viewers average total. Hammer jumped in, Wondersniff was there for most of the time, and it was just fun to interact and play and communicate. That's how it should be.
That's what Twitch is all about. Yes. And, RDT is on fire tonight. I agree with these insights. Sub gifting is it. I've always said since they introduced the different tiers of subscriptions that if you want to do a little bit of extra subscription, $10 makes sense, but the $25 tier of subscriptions just makes no sense for the things that you get for it. And although it helps me by giving me 6 sub points instead of the usual 5 that it would give you if you did 5 separate accounts there, I would much rather prefer people not to spend $25 on one subscription and instead have a $5 subscription for themselves and give it to 4 other people. If they're gonna spend $25, that is infinitely better because it makes 4 people, extra people, so much happier. And they, there's a lot of people who are always on my streams and watching and things like that. Then this happened during that big sub gift train. They can't subscribe, or they just don't have the ability to.
I know I could without Twitch Prime. I couldn't. I mean, I just don't have the means to have a monthly payment of something.
Yeah, that's it, and it's just fantastic that is a thing now. That sharing the love, indeed, it's just great. And I've said already that I'm going to implement it as a regular thing. That we're going to make sure that everybody above, who's always here and getting certain number of points and stuff like that in the stream, so that showcasing that they're here regularly all the time. Nobody is going to go without a subscription for at least 1 month. We're going to just go through the list and make sure that everybody gets a subscription for 1 month at some point or another. We'll just gradually work our way through. It's just great.
So to see how great it is and then end up subbing anyway. This plan is evil and genius. It's like Us made it up.
I tried to give a gift sub to someone in the stream earlier on, but it wouldn't let me. It was giving me an error. So,
we've actually had a few gift subs already, actually, during this
I noticed
podcast.
That. I noticed that. I tried to give one, but it was just like, nope.
Speaking of improvements, by the way, they finally introduced PayPal for bits, which is a huge thing, at least for me.
That's nice.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you have PayPal anyway, I still don't get bits on this. There's no motivation for me to ever use bits in any scenario. There really just
I don't
isn't.
think.
There's a Black Friday special for bits at the moment. 2,500 bits for $25.
Oh, yeah.
So you actually get the amount that you pay for.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
Wow, what a
Twitch
great
are taking
deal.
nothing off the top of that. Can you believe it?
It's like the Netherlands where Black Friday, get $20 off a PS4 Pro.
I think, is there any more callers? Or are we done?
Nope, that's everything there was.
Thanks for your question, Mario.
Thank you.
Let's jump out of here.
There was a write-in question.
We've gone
from,
so far over time.
Let's just do it anyway.
It's from Benimi to Nos.
One-word answers.
Nos,
One-word
how do you
answers.
feel about Benimi outscoring your entire MCEC season in one race? Kappa?
Ban Benimi from the chat.
Bad.
And on that very depressing note, good night.
Gtamen, thank you for coming back on. You have been a fantastic guest once again. Some great insights, and it's been a pleasure to have you back on.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Likewise.
Where can we find you? You know, pimp yourself out.
You can find me on twitch.tv/RDT33. Good night.
RDT is happy on that one.
My dude, whichever.
All the
way.
links are always in the description of these videos, by the way, for everybody. All of our
Remo just or Ramo just threw it in chat. So I'm not the plugin type. I'm here for fun.
Well, on the other hand, I am the plugin type.
You get enough.
Thursday.
You've had enough during this entire stream.
Quick, cut it off. Cut it off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.
Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a good one, this one. I've enjoyed it. You want to say goodbye, guys?
Later. There you go.
Thank you.
Alright. See you all later, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.